Welcome everybody. Welcome. We are back with another video. As I said earlier on one of my previous videos, you can expect for me to do videos regarding the news and things and current events. So today we are going to hit some of these current events that's been taking place around the world. I want to first say thank you for everyone tuning in. And let's get straight into it. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. All right. And I want to talk about the event that happened recently with the whole flood from Hurricane Ida. I want to say for all those who lost loved ones, my condolences for everyone who has been uprooted from their home, had to find different means of living. I hope that you guys are able to find a way and to persevere through these troubling times. For those who are not fully aware of the damage and things that have been done, I want to go over these things just to bring it to your mind and bring it to your forefront. Also want to cover how there's a weird shift in the weather lately, and kind of across the globe, but I want to mainly hone in on America, and maybe in future videos I'll talk about more global things. All right, so we got this first article up, and we are on npr.org, and it says Monday that Biden is directing federal aid to New Jersey and New York after Ida's deadly flooding. Um, the numbers are fluctuating. I've noticed that, but they've only been seen to go up, and I see older accounts to say less. So I'm guessing that they're finding more people who were injured or killed in this event. So let's just read over some of it. It says President Joe Biden approved major disaster declarations Monday, greenlighting federal aid for people in 6 New Jersey counties and 5 New York counties affected by devastating flood last week from the remnants of Hurricane Ida. At least 50 people were killed in the 6 eastern states as recorded rainfall last Wednesday overwhelmed rivers and sewer systems. Some people were trapped and fast filling basements, apartments, and cars or swept away as they tried to escape. The storm also spawned several tornadoes. So not only did Ida came in, right, in a hurricane, right, but it also spawned tornadoes that did more lasting damage and effects. Um, I've had personal accounts from family members and their friends talking about seeing these tornadoes, and by the grace of God, they are still alive today to even tell the story. But I want to show some of these damaging effects because I don't feel as though that last website did a great job to show you the amount of flooding, at least. So this area is a region in New Jersey and is Manville. Here's the flood, and here's what it looks like without the flood. Great difference. You can see that that river right there, it's kind of hard to distinguish that from the piece of dry land right here. And it looks kind of like everything is on one level. I understand it's kind of a little difficult from this shot, but you can see that the water, or this mud, it really looks like, but it's water, rose to such a level that it's kind of indistinguishable. Because, all right, and then we're gonna go down a little bit more, and here's another video, or another picture, my bad, uh on a difference of the flooding that took place, right? And here's another one, like, right. So, and from this video, from this picture, I keep saying video, my bad. From this picture, you can kind of see like this is like the stands right here, and it looks like it comes up into the stands. And anyone know about baseball field, like that that distance right there has to be about like 8 feet, 5 feet. You know what I mean? For it to go up that way, and yeah, it just, the carnage and wreckage that's happened here is crazy. And here's another example, like that the flood was huge because look at this river right here, or stream, right? Right here, right? Clearly under the bridge over here. Barely can see the bridge. The bridge itself has a whole bunch of water on it. This all looks like it's just one big area. My bad. That startled me for a second. Um, so I also want to talk about some damage and things that's happening in Atlanta, right? Because Jersey and New York weren't the only places that was hit severely. We are on now CDP, Center of Disaster Philanthropy, or yeah, yeah, I think I said that word right. And if not, it's on the screen. Let's see. It says, while 2021 is expected to be another above average hurricane season, it is unclear on how it will unfold. I'm going to skip down a little bit. And it says, yeah, this is what I wanted to share. The impact: Hurricane Ida, tropical depression 9, formed much farther west than most major hurricanes, southwest of Jamaica, but it very quickly became the worst hurricane of 2021 so far. And if I take a quick break here, I think we've been hit by like 3 hurricanes so far, and Ida makes the 4th one. We had like Fred, Larry, and I think the other one's Henry. I don't want to make this up, but if I'm correct, in the last like 2 months, we've been hit with quite a bit of hurricanes, and then Ida just came on it through as well. Um, which I want to start painting this interesting dynamic that's going on. For anyone who doesn't know, over in the western part of America, so California and the Midwest, California, Idaho, some portions of Texas have been going through a drought, a massive drought. Now, I know this information is from August 31st, 2020, and this map was released September 2nd. But there's some more recent information I want to share as well. But this has been going. What I want to show you is this has been going on for a few months now, right? And I want to show you, like, you see these dark red areas right here. These are signs of exceptional drought, and the red areas are signs of extreme drought. Now, I want to show you that it says short-term impacts typically less than 6 months. Agriculture, grasslands. It says long-term impacts typically greater than 6 months. Hydrology and ecology, right? But if a lot of we get a lot of farmland is out here in the Midwest and West. A lot of growth happens here, and we know that Florida just got hit with multiple hurricanes, right? How's our food going to look in the next coming months? I want to build up on this case real quick, but yeah, let me build up on this case real quick. Let me show you some of the droughts that's going on. Let's go to Idaho. It's a severe drought, what it means and why that matters, right? We're going to skip down, and it says right around here. Give me 1 second. I want to find a portion I was looking for. Let's just start from the top. It's abnormally dry all over Idaho in the final days of spring, but the impact of the below normal snow and rain, followed by early snowpack melt, is making the situation much more severe in some parts of the states than others, right? Now, don't get drawn off by severe and more places than others, or more parts of the state than others, because this is abnormally dry all over Idaho. So that means that this is bad and the rest is worse. Not that this is okay and the rest is bad, right? So let's keep reading. Water levels as the reservoirs that fed the Ose River are at or near average right now. A casual look at the Lucky Peak Reserve, for example, would not suggest anything severe, right? But let's go down. Look at this. A whole bunch of yellow, orange, and red, deep red. Um, let's see. Let's come down here. Let's come down here. Once again, abnormally dry. You have some moderate areas, severe, extreme, and exceptional. It's very dry over there. Definitely a drought happening. When was this released? June 15th, updated June 22nd. All right. We're moving closer and closer to today. Right. Let's look. Severe drought in West Canada will pressure food industry and rise prices, experts say. Why did I go to Canada? Well, I want to show you that this effect is not just happening in America, but we'll get right back to America in a moment. There's been severe fires over here. Everything that you've been hearing about California going through all these forest fires and things of that sort, Canada more or less has been going through this a same or similar situation. Here's a quick video. And we got to add. Awesome. Just gonna put that down real quick. Go. Look at all these fires. It's not really. Look at all these fires that's taking place. All right, hold up. Let me see something else real quick. The impact of BC drought is having on the ecosystem. These droughts and these floods that's taking place currently will have massive repercussions coming in the next couple of months. Definitely could expect food prices to go up and rise. Man, I should have took some pictures when I was at the store earlier today, where I was in Giant and buying some snacks real quick. Got some trail mix, but I was going down the aisles and I started to see stuff randomly missing. And it's not just in Giant though. I can also see it in Wawa and a few other places that I go. All right. I could just see things not being stocked or fully stocked as they normally are. And we're well into the recovery of the delivery system after this whole thing with the pandemic, right? So let's just keep going forward further, right? So now I want to go back to California, and I just put in California drought. I'm not making I'm not making this stuff up. Historic drought decimates California landscape. How drought, climate change, and impact California almond culture, agriculture. My bad. California drought takes toll on Central Valley farm workers. Right? How bad is the drought? Right? 2021 is the third driest year in more than 100 years of precipitation record. 2020 was the ninth driest year in the record. So we're having a constant reoccurring of droughts, and now we are getting flooding in the east. It's like one place is hot, the other place is cold, or I should say flooded. Once again, no insincerities for those who have lost, had crop failure, or those who have lost their lives due to the recent events. My heart goes out to you. I just want to paint this picture that seems kind of paradoxical. We literally have one part of the whole of the United States going through a massive drought, West and Midwest, and then we have the East being flooded. Like, I can't make this stuff up. I really can't. All right. So that's the whole food. And to, how do I say this? These things all have repercussions and they're consistently happening, right? They're talking about another hurricane potentially coming, which will be our fifth if I'm keeping it proper count, right? The droughts in California don't seem to be letting up. We're having droughts in Canada, right? Which we do a lot of trading with and a lot of resources we gain and we give to Canada. This will definitely have massive impacts in stores and buying food. Not to scare anyone, just to show you what's going on. Because a lot of people just don't know. And I would say this, do the best that you can do to put yourself in the best situation in the coming fourth of months. Last year, we had uh, a lot of stores run out of food, toilet paper, and X, Y, and Z. And last year, we had, I live in Pennsylvania, and I had people coming from New Jersey over here to buy food because there wasn't much or anything in stores in New Jersey, or at least the parts that they were, right? And I don't want to see that situation take place again and people be unprepared. We've been shown that all it takes is a matter of lack of transportation and or for the government to say X, Y, and Z, and this happened. But now we're having disasters. Um, so I just say, do what you think is wise in that regard. On to the next one. Now, I want to talk about this whole thing with Cabal, Afghanistan, and Biden, and everything in that regard. All right. Let's let the video play. This is the BBC News. This was on September the 3rd. All right. So Afghanistan. Taliban fire warning shots at protests in Kabul. We lost on another news article. I didn't bring it up, but we lost like 13 vets over there. A lot of things are happening over here, right? And the reason why I wanted to bring this up is to say that we're having more than one issue currently. There seems to be a lack of leadership, and our president took a leave or vacation while this happened. Whether or not you believe that we should have been there to begin with or not, the weapons and things that we allowed for them to have and keep is worth billions of dollars, taxpayers' dollars, because we're the ones who pay their budget. And the factor that is just going to be like, okay, and we're going to leave is a red flag. And Afghanistan is starting to become a hot topic, which has always been a hot topic, but a hot topic in the political realm of things. See, the original reason why we went over there is because they had weapons of mass destruction. Now we just left weapons of mass destruction. right? And I forgot to pull this up. Hold up. Give me 1 second. I want to pull up what we left them. Let me just pull up real quick some of the things that we have left. Does this do a good representation? Give me 1 second. 1 second. But the amount of stuff that we've practically just gifted them, if you ask me, counts for weapons of mass destruction. And we had an issue with it to begin with. I'm just saying it like this, right? Why leave weapons, tools, vehicles, and things of that sort behind to what some would consider to be radical people that are barbaric, savage, that don't give women rights and X, Y, and Z. I think this does pretty well. So let me share this with you guys real quick. Let's go move this right here. Come back. 1 second. Screen. All right. So I found a website that doesn't do too bad of a job. Let's just share some of the things we have, right? Or some of the things that we gave. My bad. We don't have them anymore, right? So let's come to here. Right, what weapons were left behind in Afghanistan? Sky News. Let's see what he got us to say. All right. So I see all those helicopters there. All right. You see weapons. All right. Let's go down. Let's see. Let's see. Down we have more helicopters. You can see we left armed vehicles, Humvees. All right. Small arms. Let's see. What does it say right here? I just saw a small arm somewhere. Yeah, small arms, armored vehicles, and military gear. Countless videos of Taliban fighters inspecting huge caches of weapons have been circulated to Taliban affiliated social media since the group has been making rapid military gains in Afghanistan just a few months ago. All right. Just more and more. Like millions of dollars, like millions and millions of dollars sent and given for free to people that we do not even support their views. You know, it's not like we did this to one of our allies. Right. I just I I don't know. Where if I'm correct, it was all right. That's getting closed. All right. So I don't know, man. It's not too complicated in the fact that we help militarize Afghanistan further and just gave up all our stuff. If people say, hey, pull out our soldiers, that doesn't mean pull out our soldiers and leave all of our weapons behind. Like, how does that make sense? It sounds like a 2-year-old made that decision. All right, let me not. So, and now it's not just military might, it's also political gain that they're gaining. See, when you leave these areas, I know Americans, a lot of people don't like that American goes to certain places and take resources and things of that sort. And I 100% agree with you. But the fact of the matter is that a lot of these places are political vacuums. And what I mean by that is that if we don't take it, someone else is going to take it, which is fine. Or that country is going to take it. And what happens is that gives some type of political sway or power, right? And what happens after that is if they do not align with us, they align with the enemy. Who is the enemy? Anyone who opposes America and the aspect of our rights and our liberties and things that we go for, right? And we can already see that the Taliban's working with China, which is a red flag. And a red flag in the regards of doing this, right? We know the things in the past that the Taliban has done to news reporters or ISIS has done to news reporters and things of that sort. Like we've been in there for 20 years. We know that the Afghan people are not too happy with their own rule or with the Taliban's rule. And they're going to side with a government that is kind of totalitarianism. So I'm just going to read some of these things that's happened right here. On the CBN News, hedging their bets, political experts weigh in on China's growing relations with the Taliban. Shortly after the capital fell to the Taliban, a spokesperson from the China Foreign Ministry said Beijing is ready to develop good neighborliness and friendly cooperation with Afghanistan. The relationship between China and the Taliban is tricky because Beijing targets what it sees as religious extremism among Muslims, and I have no idea how to pronounce that word. Said in the Council of the Foreign Relations, right? So that's what's going on with the Taliban. That's a little update on that, and how some of those things are progressing. Now, I wanted to touch on something that is real hot, real hot topic right now, right? And that is this whole Texas abortion thing. Practically, abortions are illegal after 6 months, or there's like things that says that people can benefit by snitching or by reporting a woman getting rid of her pregnancy after 6 months, and something about $10,000 can go to that individual, more or less. And I have to say this, right? All right, and we're all pro-choice here, right? We're pro-choice for abortion, right? Then why can't we be pro-choice here? We're pro-choice here, right? Why aren't these same people pro-choice here? Well, here, it's your body, your choice. Is it not the same here? And then the argument for the other side is, Well, okay, I'm not pro-choice here. That's an individual body, and they have the right to be sanctified and to live. Well, if the people think that this is non-sanctified, and I'm going to get into this more, then why? Either stance on this abortion thing, why does views automatically become different when the government tries to enforce this? And for those who say it's not, uh, I think the percentage is like around. Let's see. I want to say the percentage is around. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, around 50 or so percent, or like 60%. All right, I believe it's actually fairly high now. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. Should have pulled this up earlier. I didn't think I was gonna go there, but why not? Why not? I believe it's around 60%. Seriously. Yeah. All right. So, all right. There you go. 66%. There you go. And then we have 61% here. All right. So, for most people, it's I want to say, for instance, this situation right here with the whole abortion thing is 50-50, right? People straight down the middle, this side, that side. But when it comes to making a decision around this, it's all different. Why is that? All right. Now, I want to get into this as well, because this is another big topic that's been floating around. Everyone wants to talk about it. If this video doesn't get taken down, I might do more. If this does get taken down, then I'm probably going to re-upload this to another platform, and I'm going to be more selective with my words. I'm actually going to be very selective with my words with these next few sites that I'm about to be going to. It's on the screen, and hopefully they don't just take it down because it's on the screen. This is their own websites. I'm just adding commentary onto what they're saying, for it or against it. I think my position is kind of clear with the statement I said beforehand. But hey, it's your own personal decision. I just want to have you be aware of what's going on. So recently, I think last month, no, in August, they have decided to make this cleared by the FDA, which is all fine and dandy, right? But here's a quick question. If Pfizer, which I'm gonna refer to as P from here on out, PF. If PF was approved, right, but the booster PF was not, or the secondary shots or third shots after you got the whole entire thing, then isn't it not the same thing? Right? And why does the numbers keep waning? It's saying, okay, well, you should be fine after 6. You should be fine after 8 or so months, right? How many boosters do you need? Let me see something else, right? So let's go to the next one. And it says, we're going to just address this as stinger. This word right here, we're just going to address this as stinger. Third person dies in Japan after receiving what? Contaminated stinger? Wow. Well, this one's not approved by the FDA. Da, 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 da. If this one's contaminated, there's chances and probabilities that the other one was contaminated. Because last time I checked, when their both was rolled out, right, that they had the same type of requirements, and they both surpass the same requirements, that the bar was risen lower because of a crisis. That was the whole conversation. It was like, well, because this is a crisis, it's fine. This is going to be fine to and put in your body. So you're telling me, and this is September 7th, right? It's today. It's Tuesday, right? That they're finding contaminants and these stingers, right? And it says United States is facing stinger surge this summer as the more contagious, let's see, what word we're going to see for this species of, and I'm going to say of Operation Delta spreads, right? More than, this is over 500,000 Americans have died from this stinger, while over 4.5 million people have died from the actual pandemic itself, right? So they're trying to say, you know what, something that's interesting, right? It's just they say that over 500,000 Americans has died from this, right? But then they want to say that they want to change it from one country to make it multi-country, one nation to international. Like, it's not on the same level. They don't say, okay, how many people have died in America, right? In this country, like they try to switch up the numbers and make it seem like, well, there's 4.5 million people who have died worldwide just from it, regardless. So this number is smaller, but this is 500,000. Like, I just want you to let that sink in. It's very particular on how they decide to convey that information right there. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Right? So, and this is the third time this has happened. This is the third time it's found that these has been contaminated, right? Oh, only 3 times. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. What about this right here? It's another time, right? American scientists confirms toxic graphene oxide and more in stingers, right? So here's the funny thing, right? People are so pro righty to right. This is my right. This is my right here. So let me inform you about another right you have, right? It is a human right and global law governed under the Nuremberg Code that for stingers, specified ingredients information is disclosed. It is critical, required, and necessary information so anyone from any country in the world can make an informed decision whether or not. Ooh, that sounds like a choice right there. In the Nuremberg Code, which is a human right, right? Whether or not to consent to medical intervention. Because the full list of ingredients of the pandemic stingers have not been made available, Dr. Robert Young and his team conducted research to identify the specific ingredients in the FDA approved, the contaminated one that I just showed you, right? Contaminant one, right? Contaminated. I have never heard of this AstraZeneca, which probably might be the one from China, because I heard that they was getting their own one done. The J&J one, stingers. In August 20, in the 20th of August, they published their findings. Right? So, hey, you guys can check this out. It's on the exposed.uk, right? But I want to show you something very interesting that I found in this article, right? Where is it? I think it's right here. Also found in the P stinger was America trypanosoma. Uh, I'm terrible at pronunciation of words. Please forgive me. I clicked on this by accident, but yeah, I want to go back. I clicked on that by accident, which is a parasite. Or yeah, there's a parasite. This is a name of a parasite, which is several variants are lethal and is one of the many causes of acquired immune deficiency syndrome, also known as AIDS. Leon, are you telling me I could get AIDS from getting this injection? Well, according to this doctor's research, potentially. Oh, you conspiracy theorist. You know, that's so unfounded. Okay. It is not known if this was just a random ingredient or was purposely placed and will be found in all Pfizer stingers. So they don't know if this is just found in all of them or this is in some of them or what have you. But I'm gonna just let you know. Someone ever come up to me and be like, hey, you take this shot, you have a chance of doing better against something that you already have a good chance of being and overcoming. By the way, if I give you this shot, us to say, for instance, every 1 out of every 20 have AIDS in them, or 1 out of every 100 has AIDS in them, bro. I just said that. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I know I just popped. I know I just brung it up. I just said 61 people, right, are fully. Now, so those people who are fully stangered up, I don't know. But this is something to think about. And I wouldn't say stress about because if it's done, it's done. Dr. Sabi was talking about there's ways to overcome this immune deficiency syndrome. I'm not saying that you do have it. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying that this doctor, this doctor right here and his team are saying they found something mighty strange up in one of these. They're talking about contaminants found in some of them, and look who approved it. Now, there are such things as placebos. I don't know if every person who has got quote unquote fully standard up is a person who got the real thing. We've definitely seen videos in the past of fabrication of people getting stingered up in public, right? So I just thought that was interesting. Like this came out a few days ago, 2 weeks ago, right? And I think everyone should be able to know what they're putting inside themselves. And there's other interesting things, and it's very consistent amount of information that's coming out against this stuff, right? And I wanted to change the focus to something slightly different, right? Just to change your thoughts. There's been recent volcano activity that's been happening. I just saw something interesting to share. No, I thought it showed a video. I think this was the video. So there's been some recent volcano activity has been going on uh in Europe and Italy. Um and it says all this activity is starting to change the volcano. Etna is the tallest volcano in Europe, but reports say with all this eruptions this year alone, it has gained 100 feet of height. So I just wanted to let you know that there's volcano eruptions going on, which isn't really breaking news, or I think it would be interesting, but there's other climate climatic things going on. Uh, Hopefully, I can actually share this video on YouTube and not have it taken down. If it is striked, I will be having to remove it. Um, and I'm going to probably try one more time with very careful word selection and only. Uh, Actually, I don't know if it could get more careful than what I said today. But that's very interesting. That's very interesting. There's more research that's coming out from more independent doctors, right? You have nurses who are losing their job because they're not taking it, and other people losing their jobs, and you have the government forcing this and forcing that. I just thought it was interesting to share some of the things that's been going on in the world. There will be more news to come shortly. I hope this was informative. I hope this provoked thought and caused execution in your life and allow you to move forward. Shalom and peace.